Joins us now from Orlando. First, what's your take on the news conference?
Well, listen, in a space of 5 minutes, Roger Goodell completely admitted contrition. He confirmed Robert Mueller as an investigator. He appointed a former prosecutor, existing prosecutor, to define social policy, and he's giving money to help organizations. He's also expanding his mandate to deal with crime of all kinds, sex crimes, child crimes, firearms issues, drug issues, but not enough. Why? Toxic environment, social media, prolific, a $25 billion business, and millionaires, billionaires. This is a perfect storm we haven't seen since 1905, by the way, when President Teddy Roosevelt threatened to abolish football because of violence. They got through that then. Let's see what happens now.
Well, you know, Goodell is good for business. The team owners love the guy. Do you think that there is anything that gets this man to leave the post?
Well, I'm not sure about getting the man to leave the post is the issue. I was working with the NFL and him for a number of years. His father, remember, was a former senator from New York who believed in his positions. He's a law and order commissioner, and he understands that this issue needs to be part of a long-term advocacy process where you get some consensus in. The process now is important. Let's see what happens, Victor, between now and the Super Bowl, because that's the timetable he set. And remember, 41% of the avid fans in the NFL are women, and according to Candor Media, 67% of the women say they'd rather miss a play than miss a commercial during the Super Bowl. So Procter & Gamble, Anheuser-Busch, Campbell Soup, Visa, they've all put the NFL on notice. That's where the rubber hits the road, so to speak.
They've all put the NFL on notice, but no one has pulled that advertising as of yet. Let's listen to Hall of Famer Fran Tarkenton. He is calling now for a boycott. Listen.
I think they should start writing letters, writing emails, and stop going to games. Again, Roger Goodell getting fired is not going to solve the problem. The problem is going to be solved by 32 owners who control the National Football League.
Ratings have been sky high since this all started. Do you expect that a boycott is even possible? Will that ever happen?
Well, the one thing we've learned from opinion polls and everybody else is that in the middle of the week, you can be significantly concerned with your social issues, but everybody loves their football. And that's not going to change an $8 billion allocation from television. If you got a check and you're an owner for $152 million in your mailbox just from television alone, annually, you think twice about making changes. But this is now a watershed time. This is now, the press conference was a call for action in a corporate environment where society's got to deal with these issues as well. So I'm saying let's reserve judgment until the Super Bowl. That's the commissioner's own timetable, and see what kind of action is really on the table. And if it's not there, then I think there are some significant consequences. By the way, it's not just the NFL. You notice that today Florida State decided to suspend Jameis Winston for the entire game against Clemson for his behavior. So it transcends all sports.
Let's go back to the incident that started all of this, the Ray Rice incident at the Revel there in Atlantic City. We've learned, CNN has confirmed, that the Ravens organization knew about that video within hours of the incident. And, of course, there was some request from the organization for leniency from law enforcement, from the league as well. What's the role of that new nugget in this storyline?
Well, that new nugget will be compounded by a whole bunch of new nuggets that are advanced by CNN and everybody else. My personal trouble as a lawyer is that TMZ got ahead of the news cycle and everybody was reacting to something with TMZ. But a fact is a fact, and we have to analyze it. I would say no matter what the new nuggets are, let's see how Robert Mueller and his investigative prowess parses through those nuggets and decides what the issues are. I'm not going to impugn the credibility of the long-standing former FBI director, and even the two owners that are overseeing it are family owners from the Steelers, by the way, and from the Giants, who have $3 billion collectively tied up in value of their franchises. I do think that investigation will be very detailed and pinpoint exactly what the NFL, what the Ravens knew, when they knew it, and how they acted. And I would like to reserve judgment until I get those facts.
All right, Rick Horrow, business analyst, joining us from Orlando. Always good to get your perspective. Thank you so much.